Got a problem? At it again at the hospital. Need to get some blood work done. See why my tonsils are inflamed. Yeah, falling apart.
What's your last name? Oh, nice. Sounds fun. Do you like doing that?
Yeah, so I spend a lot of time just art in general.
Oh, yeah. You like to draw, paint?
Mostly paint. It's all over the place. Drawing, painting, digital stuff, photography.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
Yo, so for some reason it feels like a Sunday today. Oh, close this door. Whoop. For some reason it feels like a Sunday. It's a Saturday. I don't know why that's relevant. Just how I feel. I think this is the first time. Maybe it's happened once before in the past year or a little over a year that I've had a studio space at the Trianon that I was able to make my rent by selling artwork. So I just had two people that I know that do not live. One person's in New York right now, one person's in BC, and both of them bought $100 pieces from me, and my rent is $200. So they had to pay more than that because I'm shipping them. But that's like, yeah, I don't know. That's a little feather in my cap this afternoon. I was able to make rent supporting rent by actually selling work. So I don't expect that to consistently happen all the time. Like I said, this is the first or maybe the second time it's happened in a year or like 14 months, I guess, since I've been at the Trianon with the studio space. So anyway, so I was I was just reflecting on the fact that it's been like 14 months since I've been not in this space, but just in the Trianon in general, had that Studio Mars, and in that time, I think maybe around December, I might have also, because I did a couple commissions in that time, I might have made a little over $200 by selling stuff. So this might be the second time. I just can't guarantee it. But this is the first or second time, no more than that I have ever sold $200 worth of art in a month. Therefore, supporting my practice, basically. And then I was like thinking about it. I was like, let that sink in. In 14 months, that means it's only happened at most twice that I've been able to support rent with my art, which means that, and that doesn't count like all the supplies I buy and stuff, right? So no matter what, I know I lost money those months. But anyway, that means for a whole year, I didn't make enough money by selling my art in order to support my art. That's just the reality. That's reality of where I'm at. I guess as an artist, part of that is totally like I could do more with marketing. I could do more research and try to find out how to like get exposure online and stuff. There's definitely more that I can do for sure, but it's not like I'm not doing anything. I put my stuff out there multiple times a week. Online, either through Facebook and Kijiji and other sources sometimes, and I have a decent body of work right now for sale. Like I have over 20 pieces right now, varying in price from $30 to like $200. Landscapes, portraits, a lot of abstracts, so I mean, and it varies in subject matter, color palette, whatever. So I've definitely got affordable work, and it gets seen a lot, and just not enough people locally are interested. So there's more that I can do, but it's just like that's the reality, I guess, of where I'm at as an artist, that I'm like have this beautiful space and I'm so lucky to have it, but it is still a struggle to actually pay for it because I lose money. I don't lose. I mean, I get so much out of this space that it's worth it, not just as a creative space to make art, but it's it's worth the money that I put into that. It's whatever. But as its primary function as a place to create art, I can't sustain my own, like, I mean, I don't know why. It's not surprising. I've never been able to sustain consistently my art making by making art and selling art, like to sustain the supplies, and now having a studio space is another cost. That's just never been able to happen for over 10 years that I've been making stuff. Like, I mean, it's been more like 13-ish, I would say. So, like, that's a long time. And I get, like I said, part of it is that, like, I've never been like, I'm going full-time artist. I'm going to do that. That's going to be what I do. Like, I've always been, I've been in university and working other jobs and trying to do other stuff and have a career that's not being a full-time artist, right? Even though that would be living the dream, but I've never put all my eggs into that basket and just was grinding hard to make that happen. Even if I did do that, there's obviously no guarantee that I would make that, like, I would make it or whatever, right? But I mean, from a realism perspective and statistical one. But that, yeah, again, that's just where I'm at. And I was just reflecting on that and being like, I'm so pumped that I was able to do that. I felt really good. And then I don't want to be a negative Nancy or pessimistic or anything. It still feels good to do that. I'm so happy for the support that I get from strangers, but especially acquaintances and friends and people that I know. Because those last two pieces, like I said, they're $100 each, which is definitely underpriced. If they were in a gallery, they would have been about twice as much for sure. But I advertised them as that, and that's what they sold for. So definitely happy to have that support. I'm not negating that. I just realized, like, wow, like, it means a lot because I haven't been able to support, the space for this long. Like, it's been, anyway. I feel like I'm all jumbled all over the place. It was just like this thought. I was like, yeah. That's like, I felt really good about it, and now I'm just like, yeah, this is. I don't feel negative about it. It's really hard for me to express myself. I thought I had it in my mind, and I need to think before I speak. Sometimes it serves me well to not do that all the time. But anyway, I guess just reflecting on the reality and wanting to share the reality of the situation. That yeah, I'm very aware there's more I could do, but also, like, with the amount that I am doing, it's also just been very difficult to ever sustain my practice. And again, part of that responsibility is totally on me, and part of it is just the climate of where I am locally, because I advertise locally more than anything, and just needing to, find a wider audience. And there's a thing of just people valuing art or not valuing original art and preferring to buy prints and whatever. I'm going off into a tangent, but thankful for anyone who ever buys any of my stuff. And it's just like, yeah, it's a good feeling to be like, oh yeah, I paid rent this month by actually selling the stuff I made in this space. I go through some tips every once in a while. These are the tips. So with the Montana spray paint that I use, it's very thick, and it is just a fact of life when you use those that you're going to go through a lot of tips. And I've just started keeping them a while ago because I really like the different colors on them, and I had them on display up there for a bit, and some in my bedroom, and just whatever. And then I thought about just man, I really want to do something with these. What do I do? So I thought, hey, you know what? Maybe I'll make them a necklace. Maybe I'll make a necklace out of them. It's like a little pendant. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that. I bought a bunch of supplies. I did kind of a couple trial and error ones where I put these holes in them, and then I've got chain and stuff. So yeah, I'm just gonna play with that today. Try and make one, because I think that maybe some people would like them. Maybe I could sell them. Yeah, let's give that a shot.
I'm
Got a problem?
Right down the middle of the street.
That's where bikes are supposed to ride.
What side of the lane then?
Yeah.
I ride a bike. I know what I'm supposed to do.
Apparently not.
Yeah.
That's the first verbal confrontation I've had with the driver on my bike. So that ass face just came speeding right up behind me. He knew I was in the lane. As soon as he noticed me turn onto the street, he was like a block away. I wish I was recording the whole thing, but anyway, I came onto 6th Ave South. I looked, it was good. He was like a block away, had time, went into the right lane. I needed to get in the left lane, so I was gonna signal and go over. There's a vehicle there, I waited. But yeah, he came just running right up on my ass, then got annoyed and switched lanes like an asshole. And then he started to switch back into the right lane. Then he realized he actually needed to be in the left lane. And yeah, he just kept looking back at me. So when I pulled up, that's kind of where I started recording, but I wish I'd started earlier because what an asshole, idiot. Additional note, it was clear that the reason he was speeding up behind me was just to be a piece of shit, because he was coming up so close to that intersection. He should have started slowing down at that last block anyway, but he just did it so that he could like be, I don't know, what an idiot. Okay, so that was the vlog for week 31. Other videos that are not part of the vlog that are in week 31, I did put up a raw ride. It is a very, very, very easy trail. It's like the easiest trail I've ever recorded, but I mean, it's on there in case people are like super, super beginners and want to ride it, so that's there. I also had a conversation about some serious stuff with like gaining back trust or not being able to, being beyond redemption in a way. That was a video, that was a conversation. And I also had this thing that was behind the curtain, which talks about the details of the podcast, like my personal one, not the one I do with Laura Lee, which is Artist Life Podcast, but how I'm converting a lot of these conversations and things where I just talk and talk and talk, things that are not the vlog or biking or art process. Anyway, it goes into detail about like, this is an introduction to my podcast, this is what to expect. Unfortunately, it is still not available on all platforms. Or I shouldn't say all, because there'll always be more, but like it's only available on 5 right now. One of those is Spotify, so that's like a major one. It's available on like 8. Spotify is a major one, Podcast Addict is a major one, and but it's on Google Podcasts, Google Music Play as well. But the most important thing, the one that it's missing, is that it's not yet available for iTunes or Apple Podcasts or whatever. So I'm still going to hold off on providing links until it is on there, but it is up. I mean, if you really want to start checking things out now, because I have like loaded it with all this old material anyway, but there's a video that explains that. So other than the vlog this week, yeah, there's a raw ride, there is a conversation, and there's like this behind the curtain thing where I introduce what my podcast is going to be about and how that's going to work. So anyway, that's it. See you on another time.